the hell? Wait a minute, what? Why was there no Zanmato? I'm not sure exactly what happened there. So we need to get the one in the green room as well. I forget if that could be battle 3 or 4. Let's see. Yeah, it's battle 3. Good news is that Riku has the full overdrive ready, so we prepped that one from battle 2. Let's have a look. What do we got? Okay, let's do it again. I mean, we might have a battle where, like, Kazuka as a random move is taken out entirely, and he only uses Wakizashi. And, like, a Daigoro level 3, which is super nasty, or something. So there's still... I'm very intrigued to see what else we got here. We'll use one healing water early on, just to try and get some early momentum. Yeah, probably try and stay consistent with the Kuragas here. Okay, still uses Kazuka. Is it a more powerful one? I don't think so. It looks the same to me. I think I might do what I did last time and spend a little bit of time investing in Yuna here, so that she's somewhat ready. Okay, 5 cheers. I think we can get enough in here, so as long as I got that, then we're fine. 3. I still feel like it's not going to be enough if it's Wakizashi, but it's worth just trying anyway. So we didn't get 5, we got 4, but I'm gonna say okay and move on. Okay. Right then. We're nearly ready. Oh, Wakizashi, not a good one. Yeah, I'm still going to start attacking with Waka and Titus to get going. Yeah, more of that. Again, one thing I don't know is it getting progressively more evasive every battle. It didn't feel like it in the last one. Like, again, it's sort of... It comes and goes. You have phases where you'll miss like 7 out of 10 hits, and then you'll get 7 out of 10 on the next one. So, with that sort of stuff, it's hard to follow what's going on. Oh. Holy smokes. Yes, so for everybody asking, can the battles be different? I hope you have your answer now. Well then. Well then, in this situation, obviously, what we do is we double cast and start doing that. For that reason, to give myself like maximum headroom here for damage, I'm gonna... She's the one that can instigate the double cast, so I'm gonna try and I'm gonna use a bit of extra resources potentially here, because we got a lot of turns So we've got to make use of those. So let me prep this. We've got the 5 times focus, and yeah, okay. Of course, this is a battle where Lulu would have been perfect, but she ain't ready, unfortunately. She's kind of ready, but she's also not. I might bring her in as a, and still use a copycat anyway, to be honest. Because she does have the stats, she just doesn't have the armor, so it might be worth the risk. So this has just become an interesting battle. I think this is the first time in the Dark Aeon series where we've had like the immune symbol appear for a physical attack. So that's good. That's what I want to see. I'm literally going to wait this one out. Still a level 2 Daigoro, which is fine, I believe. Okay. So here is our first magical onslaught of the Dark Aeon. Of the Dark Aeons. Let's just go with flare, double flare for the speed here. Okay. So double flares end up doing about just over 1 attack's worth of damage. But this is going to be a slog, because you're not going to get double cast all the time. So let's copycat. He's up the MP cost for copycat. And I wonder if double cast doubles the chances of you getting a great G-Shin in return. Probably does. So we'll have to keep an eye on things here. But yes, this does mean that you cannot ignore magic. Lulu told you all that time ago you should study your magics. But yeah, the overdrive gauge is getting pushed here. It's getting a pump. I'm kind of scared that it absorbs holy damage. I think when we're not double casting, it's still worth trying to see what happens with that. Still going to copycat all the way here. I've got enough HP to survive a G-Shin, but... Oh, but hold on, hold on. Yeah, if we have an armor break here, then we're kind of screwed. Yeah, this could be a problem. I forgot about this. Oof. What breaks does he have? Let's have a look. That was fortunate. Power break and magic break. Let's bring in... I don't actually know what... Ah. In this battle, you can't change it. That's interesting. I just want to see how much damage he's going to do, so I'm going to take the risk. I gotta know. 75,000. That's what I'm talking about. So the first sort of big contribution from Lulu since we started as well. But she doesn't have a good armor for this situation as well. So we played it very, very risky here, I had to see. But, let's give Lulu that speed, just in case she gets lucky and we can pull her out of there. So I'm going to stop attacking at this point. So yeah, now we need both Lulu and Yuna to survive a turn. So this is why it was very risky to bring her out here, but I had to try. Let's go. So yes, well done to Pbirdman for switching it up and finally making magic a useful thing. So God knows what Battle 4 and 5 have in store for us. So now, of course, he has a chance of gaining some more regen points depending on what he does to my party. Who's going to get what kind of turns upon our return? We need to see. I don't think we've seen a great G-Shin so far, actually. I'm trying to think. I don't think we have. Okay, so this is the most important phase and the most dangerous phase of all of our battles so far. No auto life or anything here either. Okay, that's good. Perfect. I like that. Just thinking. I'd love to get some extra magic damage out of these guys, so I want to take a little more risk here, and we have to know... Ah, shit. Hold on. I got to know how Holy does against it, but first of all, let's do that. Wait. I was going to look at the scan information. I think it's I see dead people. If so, that's brilliant. I need to have another check of that. I just caught it out of the corner of my eye. I see dead people. Fantastic. I don't want to have two vulnerable people at the same time, so for now, I will wait. Let's just use a Curaga while we wait. Or an auto life, actually. It's good to have another one. So I'm pretty certain we'll have to face at least two Zanmatos this time around. I'd want to know what she has on her armor. I forgot. Hopefully it's ribbon. I mean, if it isn't, I'm in deep shit. But I'm too curious now. I have to check. So here's Holy. Will he absorb it? I hope not. Doesn't. Okay, and maximum damage. Perfect. But there's our first great G-Shin. Terrible timing. Terrible timing. Okay. Yeah, can't be living with armor break. Do not want that. Thankfully Lulu can get out. I mean, I'm not gonna risk having her in here. It's too much. But she's made a nice contribution. She did like 250,000 damage. And I can always bring her back in for like a quick extra hit if I want. But if anything, I think this battle would have suited Daigoro level 1 to remove the MP and make that more of a factor, because we're going to obviously be using that MP to make moves, so that's what I would have done. And it's something I can definitely see being used in the final version. Now, we've got to dispel him, so we can do maximum magic damage. So for now we're doing okay. I think there's also obviously a factor of how many people die as a result of Great G-Shin. He can sometimes kill like 2 people at once with it, so it can be very dangerous. That attack still went critical. Right, I think I'm going to go for a Holy here as well. Because it's slightly quicker than Flare, I still think it's the better move. 81,000 is pretty nice damage still. And this way, I guess Riku gets to contribute all the same, so it's not as big of a deal. All 3 of us can attack now. And I'm hoping by the next G-Shin we should have a full overdrive for Riku as well. I think I'll use it now. Yeah, probably still not a good time. Yeah, just always got to stay alert after that Daigoro. But yeah, break MP limit is looking like such a must when it comes to like ultimate Dark Aeon armors in this game. Something I never thought I'd say, but there you go. But because of not being able to use things like quick hit, this battle automatically basically doubles in length at least. Of course, once we get our full overdrives, we can make a choice if we want to unleash another set of double casts. That's also possible. But ultimately, does it do that much more damage than Holy? Not really. It's like 12,000 more every time. But this is a bad set of events here. This is why it's always risky to attack on the final move. We're still okay, but that could have gone wrong. Could have gone very wrong. I'm going to hang in until Riku gets a full overdrive. I'm not going to waste healing items here. Another Wakizashi suits me to the ground. Because I know we can survive it. So we'll keep hanging in there. I feel like we're one Wakizashi away from getting the full overdrive for Riku. Nothing this time. Interesting. Okay. It's kind of moving a bit slow when we have a lot of turns here, so it's trying to tempt me in to start attacking again. But I'm going to stick to my guns here. But you guys have already seen some different stuff to what you've been seeing so far. A lot of using of Kuraga, using of magic in general, summoning Aeon shields. It's all happening. So I guess we save Riku in overdrive here. This means that we can go more on the attack and just use double cast instead, potentially. So overdrive is taking a while. Right, I'm going to start attacking again. I'm hoping that before this next overdrive we'll see him go below half. And we continue to be efficient with our item usage as well, so that bodes well for Battle 4 and 5. But again, you can't treat Dark Yojimbo as a single battle, so even if any single battle looks like it's like maybe not as hard as you would like, you got to just remember that it's a collective thing, and it's so hard to balance across 5 battles where you can't leave the cave in between. And if you just make even one of them too hard, then you ruin like the entire rest of the battles as well. So it's one of the most difficult battles to mod, I think, because it's basically 5 battles in one that you have to get right. Alright, G-Shin coming again. Again, bad timing. I feel like we're going to start to have some like less good luck with this. There you go. So that's an example. Riku dead. And she'll die again, but we're fine. So this is where the final elixir is going to come in handy. I guess I'll use a few focuses here, so that I don't have to use another, because I'm not using my physical hits. I don't need 5 times aim anymore. I can focus on focus. Because that's the only thing I need out of the Ultra Null, really. And then Riku can just focus on healing us. So I think we're still doing well here. But, that being said, that was a bad move because she doesn't have her... Yeah, shit. I jumped the gun a bit, she doesn't have double HP. That's a mistake. You get the idea. You can see what I'm trying to do. But this puts me in a danger zone now because I'm forced to heal here. Yeah. But at least this guarantees my survival against Wakizashi. So I had to use a couple of extra healing waters here because of my mistake, but yeah. Hopefully not the end of the world. Ah. Wakizashi hits like a truck if you're not prepared for it. It really does. So now we have to play the same game again. So this set me back. But won't make the same mistake again. 2. 3. So we're only going to get 3 in this time. Yeah, okay. So now I need to use a stamina tonic. This is the right time to use it. And then bust out that final elixir. Here we go. So we had a couple of great G-Shins like right before its turn, so I think that's why the battle swung a little bit again. It slowed us down, but overall I still feel okay. I just got to try my best to not use that many healing waters before the end. There you go. Slumping now. That's a good sign. So I think I'm gonna choose to never use a holy right before its next turn. It just feels too risky. So I'll use a cheer here. Okay. Go again. Okay, I'll do the entrust and then I'll bring Yuna in. Right, here we go. So first time we've had to face a second Zanmato, I believe. Okay. Rip. Okay, we can get Yuna out of there, so that's good. The auto haste I think has made a big difference. If she didn't have auto haste, she'd have to face an attack every single time. And she can survive the Kazuka, so this is good. Yep. Okay, let me just heal her up before she goes, just in case. And we'll bring in Riku because she needs a couple more focuses and like cheers and stuff. So at least we can start to rotate. This is the first battle where we've needed to rotate, and thankfully the work I've done on Yuna already is just about enough. It's not perfect, but it's getting me through at the moment. So if you've neglected to get your Yuna up to speed, at least at this sort of level, then you're gonna struggle. Okay, here we go. Again, keeping overdrive in the pocket as well, and hopefully Waka should get another one in like the next 5 minutes. So again, this is not the turn to be using it. Just too many things can go wrong if the G-Shin attack happens. And he's using Wakizashi a lot because it's the third battle. You're seeing it more and more frequently. But that means more overdrive gauge charge. I mean, I would use eccentric, but I feel like the G-Shin attack is going to KO someone and then they lose that effect. But it might still be worth it, I don't know. Because outside of that attack, no one's getting KO'd. So I don't know. I think she's got like 5 focuses now, something like that, so it should be okay. It's pretty good. Thankfully the delay from Holy is a little bit less than Flare and a lot less than Ultima, so it's really helping here. I'm glad he didn't make it absorb Holy. It would just really drag the battle out, I think. So yeah, again, not going to attack here. Especially in these early stages, there's a lot more Kazuka, so it's worth just keeping the pressure on. Especially if you get a few great G-Shins at this time. It's the best time to get him before he gets into that second half. So basically get a free turn at the end of every round so we can decide to like heal someone or use another focus, cheer, something like that. Because Tice is getting a bit of a battering now. I mean, we could even quick pockets a X potion if we really want. Wow, okay. Yeah, this is what we want. This brings them nicely back up to speed, and she can get even another attack in. Wow. Okay. I don't know how many cheers she has at this stage, but let's just get another one. Because this big boy is coming. There you go. Waka took a critical here. Took a critical there. I think I'm going to quick pockets again here. Look at the CTB. I've got a lot of turns here, so I want to make good use of it. And I mean, we've not been using a lot of X potions, and we still got over 85 left. So I said 60 to 65 for the final 2 battles would be nice, and that's what we've got left. So I'm going to keep going here. Pretty sure we've got to face one more Zanmato, but then before too long we should be able to win, I'm hoping. Okay, gonna keep going here. I've got 2 turns after this, so again, after a great G-Shin, I should have a little bit of time to recover. One thing to look out for is that I don't have any auto life here. That final attack, it does so much damage that there is a chance it could mess you up. So again, like, gotta not get too complacent. Keep that HP high. Okay. So this is going to be like a series of prep turns. I don't think I'm going to attack here. Oh. Well, with that being said, we got turns to burn here, so let's just... I am going to attack 1 or 2 more times. And I mean, we might avoid the overdrive, you never know. Let's go again. I've got 1 auto life there, so I'm assuming surely, no matter what happens, I should be okay. Oh, there you go. There's a great G-Shin coming. But I've got like 4 or 5 turns to recover here if need be, so... Nice. Ooh, well I said 4 or 5, but... In general, I'm still fine. I've got turns. I think... If Wakizashi goes critical on Riku, she dies, but I take a risk here. It's the risk you take. If she survives, I can just find an elixir, and then I've got another overdrive to give her anyway. Okay, good. Just power break, that doesn't matter to me. Pockets. I feel like I've got another attack or 2 in me here. And because we've just seen a great G-Shin, I'm gonna hedge my bets that I won't see one like right now. Let's see. Okay. I will face that next Zanmato and not get too risky about things here. He's cursed too. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Right, let's do it again. Got to remember, by battle 5, might struggle to have enough shield Aeons too. Down you go. Another one bites the dust. Okay. I don't want that regen to take much effect, so I'm always going to risk the Great G-Shin. I haven't seen it yet when I've tried to dispel, but you never know. Okay. That was a wrong move. I should have done it on Riku. But we'll use this as a set of healing moves, and then we'll start using Holy again. And surely we're only like 5 or 6 Holies away maximum, unless the HP has gone up a lot. You never know. Okay, Kazuka's a good start. Would like more of that, please. Meanwhile, I have some of this. Come on, we've got to be getting close now. I feel like I couldn't have played it too much better so far in terms of like my own strategy and how I feel like I've played. I think I put in a good sesh here. Yeah, still room here for another attack. That second overdrive's coming as well, which is good. Yeah, that version looked nice as well. Okay. Because we have plenty of overdrives, recovery from this situation is not too bad. Just need one quick pockets and we should be ready. Okay. Let's do it. We must be very close now. I think we'll use these turns just for a few extra focuses and then we'll go again. Because the overdrive gauge has come down. He's almost guaranteed to die before the next Zanmato. Surely. I mean, even in terms of the slumping, he's been slumping for a while now. He started slumping just before the second one. Or like a little bit before the second one. Obviously, a lot of Wakizashis will spoil the party a bit, because Waka will take big damage from those. Okay, let's start. Again, collectively, we've got like 70, 140, yeah, almost 200,000 HP damage. And here we go. Do these get progressively more powerful, I wonder? It hasn't so far. No, okay. Maybe more hits though, I don't know. It's a final little overdrive boost as well, which works just fine for me. And there we go. That's battle 3. So that one was a curveball with the immunity to physical damage, but we did it. High spirits. That sounds nice. Curse proof and break MP limit. That's an interesting one. Add like a break HP limit and a ribbon to that. Could work. Be missing haste, of course, but maybe in some sort of niche situation it might work nice. I don't know. Okay, so it's been almost 2 hours and we've only done 3 out of 5. Remember, guys, for Dark Yojimbo, you have to beat him 5 times in a row before you can exit the cave or before you can reload a save. So technically, I can't stop playing right now. I have to keep fighting. But because you're an emulator, one thing that you guys should do, and this is one of the reasons why emulator is so great, is that you can create a save state. So this is a great time to create a save state. Personally, I do that at the end of each battle so that you basically have a save file before each of the battles. That's probably the most efficient way. and the one that's going to cause you the least number of headaches when you've already been playing for like 2.5, 3 hours and you fail on battle 5, and then you have to start all the way from battle 1 again. So in my opinion, that's the best way to do it. And if anything, I'll ask Pbirdman if there's somehow a way to stop the, like if there's a way to save in between the battles and to stop it from resetting if you do that. Because collectively I think the battles are hard enough that expecting players to kind of do battle 1 to 5 in a single sitting while also trying to learn the battle, go in blind, maybe they're not going to leave enough resources for themselves by battle 4, so that's going to waste time for them. They're going to think they nailed it after 3 hours and they have to start again, so it might just get really super frustrating and annoying. So I've been happy with everything so far, and I'm going to use a save state. I recommend that you guys do that too, but I'll let you know if there's any scope for being able to actually really save in between the battles, or whether that sort of breaks the game and you just can't do it. So if it is the case that you cannot save between the 2 battles, use your save states. And if you still want to be hardcore and you're like, no, that's still too like cheating for you and you have to do it, then it's up to you. You always have the option of trying to go through battle 1 to 5, no saves, no save states, no nothing, and you just have to nail it and you have absolutely no other choice. In the break that I had in between, it's literally only been like half a day, but I was chatting to Pbirdman and I was like telling him what I think so far, and then I said, so how intentional is it that Dark Yojimbo basically becomes like the biggest marathon boss of the entire game? Because to beat him across 5 battles basically non-stop, because you can't save, if you save it gets reset, it's taken me about 2 hours to get to this stage and we still have battle 4 and 5. I was like, how intentional is this? What do you think about save states being used? Is there a way to sort of make manual saves, like actual real saves, work in this battle? And that kind of thing. And he basically said what I expected him to say, in that, yes, it's mostly intentional. It is supposed to be a difficult sort of marathon thing to do it 5 times in a row. But he does recommend, you know, if you want to use save states, definitely use save states, because the biggest risk of this battle is to fight all the way to like battle 4 or battle 5. You know, it might take you 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours longer to get that far. And then if you die during battle 5, you will literally have to start all the way from the beginning again. And if that's the kind of high stakes sort of thing that you love and you have the time to do that, you might need like 5 runs of Yojimbo's 5 battles to do it. And if you've got that time, that's great. But if you're the kind of person that, you know, that's a little bit overkill, then the save states are your friend. You should be using save states to keep up with, to make pit stops and to try and get through the battle. So that's the situation we have so far. Things have been going pretty well. They've been going surprisingly well. I've been managing to sort of keep hold of my overdrives. I've been able to get the grand summons in on time. Sorry, I've been able to get the summons in on time. And so far, we've managed to handle business. In the previous battle, we had the magic situation, which definitely threw a curveball, but we managed to come out of that as well. And I think the most promising sign is that we have 65 healing waters left still, and a whopping 81 X potions. So the signs are good. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I don't know how much more difficult it's going to get. Because we've been able to keep Yuna alive every time there's been a Zanmato, that's the thing that I've been fearing the most. And because we've been able to manage that so far, I'm feeling like we've got a good chance. So what will happen here is that whatever happens, these final 2 battles, I will be sort of making my way through them. If I fail, I've got the save state, and I'll probably save state again after battle 4, just for the final one to make life easier. And if by the time we do battle 4 and 5, I've managed to do all of them first time, and 4 and 5 aren't really that much more difficult than like 2 and 3, then I'll probably say to Pbirdman, maybe like the 5th battle should be a bit harder, so that, you know, it's not maybe so bad to get that far, but to truly sort of put the nail in the coffin and defeat Dark Yojimbo, maybe you have to do a little bit more. But because I haven't fought them yet, I can't comment. But if I do end up winning first time, it doesn't seem quite as challenging as it should be. That is one thing that we might be doing. So let's see. Battle number 4, my friends. So already I made a stupid mistake here. Yeah. And he starts off with a 90% overdrive gauge. Yeesh. Okay. Got to be extremely careful here. What can I do? So I got carried away while I was talking and I just swapped the wrong character. I'm still going to go for this first, I think. Yeah, straight in with a big Wakizashi. Yeesh. Riku took a critical, which is about the worst thing that could have happened. She gets the final turn. If we can squeeze the turn in before... Sorry, after hers and in between Yojimbos, then we'll still be okay. If not, then we're in trouble. Let me think. Okay, we can just swap our weapon, which is a good sign. And let's see how much Quick Pockets changes the situation. Yes, okay, this is exactly what I wanted. So that was just kind of a random wasted turn. Now I can keep doing what I'm doing. That's too quick. Just going to try attacking. This is a risk, but the odds of G-Shin being used on the first... Is it Jin-Shin or G-Shin? I forgot. Being used on the first turn seems low. Yeah, we've got the Kazuka counter, which is not a problem. I've already suggested to Pbirdman that maybe Kazuka can carry like a 5% chance of inflicting at least something. I think that might be a good idea. I think with him I'll hit as well. I'm riding my luck here because I have a save state. I'm being a little bit... 47,000. That's... Considering how low his HP is, that's not too bad. Okay. Let's get this mix in. And then next round we'll have to... do the Ultra Noddle. Very good. Okay. Yuna's in. Does she have Quick Pockets though? She does, but it's not quick enough. If Quick Pocket's not working for her, then we'll just have to... That's good accuracy from Waka, even without the 5x aim. I believe his base rate is around 40%, something like that, 40-45%, before we do 5x aim. Now let's bring in Yuna. So this is going to start to really put a strain on the shield Aeons. But physical attacks are quicker than trying to deal with the magic one that we had in Battle 3, so once we get things set up, I'm hoping to try and get through this quickly. So he's really trying to force the issue here. I mean, Battle 5, he could start with a full overdrive gauge. The way it's going. Okay. Now let's see just how quickly that overdrive powers up. Okay, good. I love the sensor. I see dead people. It's brilliant. Okay. Just thinking it might be worth throwing on the light curtain before she leaves. Put that in trust. So we should be set up and ready to attack soon, and I can be less conservative now with my healing. Just throw a cheer for Yuna. Every little helps. Right, here we go. Alright, let's get it. Daigoro level 3. Still not a huge amount of damage. I think for Daigoro, I did mention to him that it could maybe do a bit more damage. Power Break, Magic Break, Provoke. Well, there you go. We haven't seen that for a long time. He used it a fair bit in the storyline. Ah, and it makes it attack him. Well, that's very interesting. Okay. So this is going to slow us down even more. And it means we need 2 moves to kind of save people here. Yeah, I haven't seen Provoke in such a long time that you need a remedy for it. And he counter-attacks people as well. So this is a nice way to drain away some damage. I like this. So this throws a spanner in the works. But thankfully there's no armor break here. Or mental break. Otherwise that'd be very dangerous. But we've got to be very wary of this. Daigoro level 3 is a nuisance. So going to be a lot of quick pocket use here. If anything, I'm thinking, should I just toss some fantasy potions to really just like maximize that that MP? So I can use quick pockets pretty much extensively. So just really taking my time here to make sure I get properly set up. And that should be fine. So that Daigoro can very quickly flip the battle if we're not careful. It's like you absolutely have to intervene when that happens. Only thing is we double our MP, but it doesn't actually count towards it, so we still have to use like a Mega Elixir to do that. But we might use a Final Elixir again, so when we do, we'll get the extra MP. Okay. I think we are free to start attacking now. So at the moment we have Daigoro level 3 and we have the faster charging overdrive gauge, but other than that, it's largely the same. But it does mean we have to make pretty swift progress here, otherwise we'll run out of Aeons quick. Yeah, we just cannot afford to miss that often. Well done, Riku. At least we've got another overdrive coming soon. Damn it. I'm just wondering, like, in Battle 4 or 5, is the G-Shin thing not going to reduce the overdrive, so we're going to lose that luxury of not having to deal with a G-Shin plus a Zanmato back to back. Only one way to find out. Still nothing for now. Okay, another overdrive for the next round, which is good. It is funny though, once you run out of shield Aeons, that really is it. You're dead. I gotta make sure I summon Yojimbo with a full overdrive if I can. Get that extra damage. His Zanmato is still one of the best Aeon moves that we have. Quick dispel in. Yeah, Yuna's fine with that. Again, I can't let her die on the front line, so I'm not going to start attacking just yet. I could start using some of these healing walls as well, I think. Okay. Bring the Pbirdman back. Right, should be good. I'm going to throw in an auto life while I'm here, actually. You never know when the next wipeout is coming. Right. A little bit risky here, but I'm going to do it. Still haven't seen a G-Shin. Double Kozukas. Ah, very evasive. Got to stay on the attack here. Starting to wonder if like double cast flare might still be the better call. I do wonder how much damage my overdrives do to it. His defense does seem a little low. But I think ultimately this battle is probably going to hinge on how many times we see the G-Shin move and how many times do people die as a result and how many times do we miss. I think those are the main things. Fantasy Potion regen still working on Titus, by the way. Starting to think, should I just use Waka for attacks here to slow the overdrive? He can hit a lot more consistently. I might stop attacking with Riku. It's just too fast at the moment. Thankfully, we only saw Daigoro once so far near the start. I'm willing to go down to about 35 or so healing waters for this battle. I think I will attack with Titus as well. Yeah, he's like got a 30-40% chance of missing, but gotta try. But Waka basically doesn't miss. He has about a 95% chance of hitting with 5 times aim, so he's okay. But I'm just wondering, is he too slow? But he's really just evading Tidus a lot. Son of a bitch. Just want to try something. Yeah, I'm trying to get Yuna full overdrive gauge. So that when it's the Yojimbo time, I can Grand Summon instead. So I'm going to sacrifice a full overdrive. I mean, we don't really need a Riku overdrive right now. I just have to make sure I have one before the end of the battle. Okay. Yeah, no sign of the big counter attack here. I don't know if I've just been lucky or if he's disabled it for this battle. Guess we'll find out eventually. Okay. Aeon number 3, and we're yet to see him slump, so schedule-wise we're not doing too great. So I think the most we've given up so far was 3 Aeons. I think Shiva hadn't been summoned before. At this stage, do we take a risk? We haven't seen that counter attack at all. We need the hits. I think I've got to take a risk here. Yep, okay. I mean, those 2 extra hits are going to be worth a lot. Still no sign of a slump. This Yojimbo ain't no chump. Okay. I'll do the entrust early, just so I know it's there. Okay. Yeah, still no sign yet. Honestly, I think he should probably still keep it. Oh, he's slumped now. It's one of these things where, again, I've been saying from the start, it seems so hard to balance across 5 battles where you can't escape, that for only 1 battle, it's kind of easy to say, oh, why doesn't he just do this for this battle? But then every time I think of that, I think to myself, well, does that imbalance the entire thing? And the answer is probably yes. So it's really tough to say. And that's why so far, if there's going to be any like actual tweaks, I think he should probably make it on the 5th battle. So far, I've been generally happy with what I've seen. I think there's 1 or 2 very small things that I think can happen, but in terms of like any major changes or anything that's gone majorly wrong, I don't think there's anything like that personally. But if the final battle goes like this as well, I think he might still want to put a little something extra. Like at the moment, it's still like, especially let's say in battle number 4, if G-Shin is gone, that attack is one of the deadliest things that it has, and so I still think he needs it. Of course, I understand that he's trying to just make it like, he's not trying to make it impossibly difficult, because as soon as you run out of shield Aeons, the game is over here. And so he doesn't want to go too fast where that happens. So It's just such a tough balancing act. It's probably the most difficult balancing act of the entire game so far, I'd say. Okay, he didn't get provoked, so that's nice. So that's why it's difficult for me to give feedback as well. Because there's just certain things that can throw it out of whack. Really need to think hard. But, I mean, I can't help but think that this battle still needed the G-Shin counter to continue. Or if he's able to put a different counter, then just put something else or something, I don't know. But I think he's relied sort of too much on the difficulty being about the speed of the overdrive rather than, you know, Yojimbo's danger. So I think battle number 4 has missed a trick, personally. But maybe I'm still being very lucky and we're yet to see the G-Shin attack. And Titus has missed like 4 times in a row now, I think. It's not good. But again, because there's no counter-attack, there's like major counter-attack, there's less chance of us being punished as a result. I don't want to fuel the overdrive gauge any more than I have to, but I'll let Titus do it. Wow, even Waka missed this time. That's a rarity. I'm pretty sure, like mathematically, his hit percentage should be over 90% with 5 times aim. So not going to hit with Titus here. Sashi. Look at that. Did not take much damage at all. So I'm hoping I won't need to summon more than 2 more Aeons than I have now. Wow, really? Oh, here it is. Great G-Shin, it's back. So I guess I just got very lucky, or maybe the percentage is lower for this one. In any case, that's fine. I'm genuinely happy to see that. It gives us another round of moves as well. So that's okay. So as much as I'd love to attack here, I won't. And in case there's a Wakizashi, let's heal up as best we can. Yeah, that worked. Yeah, you see how quickly that attack gets deadly? It counters back with one, so you could easily just get, like, if you're unlucky, it could provoke everybody at the same time. So that's like the big sort of big factor here. Always got armor break. And again, I'd love to attack, but Riku has the next turn. This is not something that you can ignore. Is she provoked? She is. Yeah, Provoke is something you just cannot mess with. Not in a battle of this magnitude where, you know, if I happen to use a save state, it's been like 2.5 hours now. You don't want to mess up. So it's still okay, but you can see there's sort of like, there's always that looming danger, which is what this battle needs. But maybe even a little bit more so than it currently has. But you are always like a couple of moves away from something going drastically wrong. But nicely charged overdrives here, which I'm enjoying. The lovely Shiva. Always pains me to see her get KO'd, but you're fighting for a greater purpose. Yeah, I mean, he needs a way to make Dark Yojimbo benefit from regen as well. There's got to be something. Maybe turn the Zanmato... Sorry, maybe turn the regen into just a healing move. Curaja or something, I don't know. So that in this battle he could heal maybe an extra 400,000 HP just from the Curajas. And that could make a difference. So that's what I'd be looking at. But as of this point, regen, it's... Yeah, in this battle he's not going to gain that much from it. Even in this battle. I was just about to say the overdrive gauge did not go up. So this is the first time in 4 battles that Yuna's been taken out here. Yeesh. And Tyus got hit with the death effect as well. But thankfully we've got a bunch of overdrives here so we can bring people back. Now we need a bit of fortune so that people don't get hit with Wakizashi too badly. Yuna's got to get out of there, so I need her to... Okay, that's not so bad. Let's see. Since Riku's been provoked, let's just get rid of this provoke early. So we're still okay. Still hanging in. Tyus is the only one that's in any kind of trouble here. But yeah, the Great G-Shin didn't happen for a while, and then when it did, it came back with a vengeance, so gotta be careful. I still have plenty of time, so I don't need to rush anything here. Okay. Getting back into it now, slowly. I feel like we didn't see it at the start of the battle for so long that now I'm worried that we're going to get like 3 Great G-Shins in like 7 moves. I don't want to see that. Okay, should be protected against it now. There we go. Back in business now. I'm hoping to only face one more Zanmato here, potentially. Okay, good. I'm wondering if he can change the Kazuka that it uses as a regular attack, because you got it as that forced counter anyway. Changing like a regular move from Kazuka to something else might be cooler, because you see the move so many times that when it's used as a regular move it just doesn't have much impact. So I'm not a huge fan of that. I feel like that could add... I know he's already got Great G-Shin and so it's an awesome animation and stuff, it's a nice move, but I would like to see maybe that Kazuka be replaced if it's possible, of course. I'm sure he's thought of it, but I think it's still worth mentioning. Still going to rely mostly on Waka here for the hits. Tyus is just missing too much for my tastes. But we do have a lot of turns here, I need to try. There you go. I think we're closing in here. Nice 50 healing waters as well. if anything, to really conserve items for the final battle, I might try and not use any more... use any more healing waters. Yeah, I'd rather not attack here. Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, in this particular round, it's used 2 bazookas and these are just free moves for us. So it takes away some of the threat, so I think he needs to do something about that, personally. Now, can we release him from this overdrive? A nice, great G-Shin. I wonder if it's worth it just using Outbed potions here. I mean, we could still get like 4,000 to 6,000 depending on how many turns we get. Possible. Ah, there it is. Great G-Shin. It's got to be one of the best animations he's come up with for the entire thing. It's so gangster. Even Wakizashi can't kill me here, I think, so let's just focus on Power Break, Magic Break, that's fine. Then again, only Pbirdman doesn't have yeah, it doesn't have an overdrive, so screw it. So yeah, won't attack here. Shramity. Yes. That's the worst choice. Well, of course Riku got hit with the critical there. Now it's slightly danger time because I want to attack, but again, I feel like you've got to respect the G-Shin here. Final showdown with G-Shin. I think I'm close enough to the end of this battle that I'm not gonna mix if I can help it. I feel like the odds of a great G-Shin happening again has got to be low. Look at all of these turns, by the way. That's pretty ridiculous. I've got X potions to burn here, so I'd rather just work with that. Ah, come on. Wow. That was when I needed a hit. I've still got a few more Aeons in the bag, so I'm not too worried here. I can take this overdrive. And like another 3 after it, so it should be okay. I guess start prepping early for the next round. Try and get it, well. Okay. Arm it. Then Anima, then Yojimbo. So I feel like for battle number 5, I think that that Yojimbo Zanmato is probably going to come in handy. But I think this is going to be the last one we'll see, hopefully. What the hell? Wait a minute, what? Why was there no Zanmato? I'm not sure exactly what happened there. So it yeah, not exactly sure what happened. Still have to dispel here. This is interesting. I wasn't actually paying attention, I was on my phone. I got so used to just like not focusing on the screen when there's a Zanmato animation, because it takes like 30 seconds. I was just busy looking at something else. This is too risky. If Yuna dies here, then it's game over, so I can't take that risk. So I've got to get my focus back on and figure out what happened there. I'm not sure exactly what did. I feel like it might still be worth trying to attack here. Good. Because whatever happened, whatever that turn was, he healed like over 100,000 or something with regen, so got to be careful of that. I mean, I feel like I don't have a choice. I'm going to try summoning a shield again, but this time actually properly pay attention to what just happened, because I really didn't notice it last time. I was like, wait a minute, Bahama's still alive? What? So let's see what happens here. So after a certain number of overdrives, it stops using Zanmato? What? Regen, yes. And now it's using Zan. Either I just wasn't paying attention to something. I summoned early. Maybe that's what I did. I don't know. It's a late night session. Might have just been a silly moment from me. But that's okay. Seeing Anima versus Dark Yojimbo brings back memories of No Sphere Grid Dark Aeon days in like 2007, 2008. Where I had to beef up Anima's HP high enough to survive this particular attack. Otherwise you can't beat Dark Yojimbo in No Sphere Grid. You need your Aeon's help. Right. So yeah, I guess maybe last time I just summoned too early. I might have just had a brain fart. You play this game this much, that definitely happens. I still think my favourite one though was when I was trying to use, what was I doing? I used the echo screen to try and cure darkness, which was hilarious. Like, that was one of those where I watched it back and I was like, holy shit. What am I doing? Someone get that guy a manual. Again, I'd rather not have Yuna get stuck here, so I'll just wait. Okay, we should be back in business now, and hopefully can take him out before the next overdrive, if Waka actually decides to make a hit. Surely he's got to be like 5 hits away maximum. Oh, come on. That's unlucky. Okay. Ooh, he's got all of the brakes. So have to be very careful. Come on now. I think I might use a final elixir just for some speedier healing. I just love these, like when you get 3 moves in a row. That's awesome. Oh no. Bad combination of turns happening here. This is all just slowing me down. Okay, Riku's been armor broken as well, so I have to deal with that. Okay. It's just been a nasty series of turns. I've not been able to get much momentum here. I'm going to go down to about 40 healing waters. I just can't get that final blow. I must be close. Again, I'm gonna let Waka mostly deal the hits. I don't want to push that overdrive. Tyres has been missing a lot again. Okay. Here we go. There it is. Okay, beautiful. I always love that that kicks in anyway. Like a final insult to injury. But there you go, there's battle 4. It did get a little bit hairy towards the end there, but we made it. Rookie star. I don't even remember that. Overdrive's AP magic counter. Interesting. Okay, so I'll head to the save sphere to get my HP and MP back and ready for the final encounter. I'll be pretty impressed with myself if I managed to do it first time. I mean, yes, it's not been crushingly difficult. Like I think we need to make some tweaks to make it a little bit harder. I will say that. But I think I've done a pretty good job of like recognizing very quickly that I need to be efficient with my items and how I conduct like the party, how I bring unit in and out and that kind of thing. So, not to give myself too much of a pat on the back, but I think I've handled this one pretty well so far. But that being said, I think you know, a not insignificant portion of that is because it needs to be made a bit more difficult as well. It's not because I've had a particularly good run of it, I think.